On the first Thursday of every month in the Unmute Presents podcast feed, you can hear Chris talk about Braille and the technology used with Braille then and now. The show's at your fingertips, and you can get it by subscribing to the Unmute Presents podcast feed. Make sure that you're subscribed or head on over to unmute.show to search out old episodes.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Mac Chat. We are so glad to be here with you today, and we're going to invite you to sit down with a cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is you'd like to be doing at this time when we talk all things Mac. Hi, Marty. How you doing today?
I'm good, Chris. Thank you. And how are you today?
Doing well. Thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm excited about all the topics we have in the show today.
Definitely. It should be a good one.
Yeah, awesome. So you were mentioning to me just a couple days ago about all the things that Apple is bringing out that going to be having the M4 chip. And I was wondering if you wanted to tell everybody about the things that you're excited about that they're being released.
Yeah, definitely. So they are going to bring, or supposedly the rumors are, from what I understand, they're going to bring all of the computers to M4. They've already released the MacBook Pros and the Mac Mini, and now we're waiting for the MacBook Airs, the Studio, and the Mac Pro.
Wow.
So that'll be great to have everything all on M4, hopefully, in the first half of next year is what I'm guessing at this point. But to be honest with you, I'm super excited about the Mac Mini. I think that is going to be the steal of the what do they say? The steal the show.
Yes,
that's what I
think. Definitely. Yeah. What are you thinking about that? Are you kind of compelled to buy a Mac Mini? What are you thinking?
I think, yeah, well, I would buy the entry level one because the price is so good on it. Mm-hmm. And it'll have an M4 with 16 gigs of RAM because they have taken all of their computers now, and the new baseline for RAM is 16 gigs.
Great.
So if you take an M4 with 16 gigs, that is pretty awesome. And on that new Mac Mini, unfortunately, the base still only comes with a 256 SSD, but you can plug in external hard drives to make up for that. So you can get away with it. And the size of the box itself is not much bigger than a Mac or an Apple TV, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit taller, but they've got, the ports on the back, like always, and they have a couple of USB-C ports on the front as well. So it's pretty cool. It's going to be a really powerful little machine. You could update it if you want to, add a little more RAM, and you can add hard drive space to it if you want to. And then they have the M4 Mac Mini Pro, which takes you even further than that. So,
wow, that's amazing. Yeah. The size is great. And I love the fact that the ports are on the front, too.
Definitely. Well, at least the two USB-C ports anyway.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of unwieldy to have to reach across all the time and plug everything in, and all the cords are in the same place, and it'd be great. Is the headphone jack on the front or the back? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I almost want to say I think it's on the front, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, I bought my M2 Pro Mac Mini. I bought it in April of last year. And so I'm kind of sad that I have something that is going to be very much out of date. And then this is also the machine that I set up the parallels on and all that. And that was such an arduous process. I mean, I love the form factor and everything about this machine, but the thought of transferring everything over and get everything situated, oh my word, it just makes me fold up.
Yeah. But you also have to remember too, that the Mac Mini, they never had M3, and you are running an M2 Pro.
Yeah.
With 512.
Right.
That's, on the hard drive, and then you got 16 gigs of RAM.
I do.
That's a great machine. I mean, you don't really need to upgrade. That's going to be lasting you a long time, especially with the M2 Pro processor.
Sure.
I mean, for most tasks, that computer is still going to be more powerful than what majority of the people need. So that's a great computer too,
Yeah. Yeah. I do love it. And it does just fine with running, JAWS, Windows, and, Parallels. It does really great. It doesn't seem to falter or stutter or have a fit, running that. So that's really awesome,
Yep, it's definitely.
So, but it is fun and cool to have the latest and greatest. So you're going to have to let us know if you upgrade to that.
Yeah, definitely. I will definitely talk about it if I end up getting one. My plan is to actually get one. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. Keep us posted. Yeah. What did Marty buy this week?
Exactly.
That is great. Yeah. We're really excited about all the different Apple products that have been coming out. That 1 week it was one a day practically. It was like, what's Apple showing off tomorrow?
Exactly.
It was really cool. You're always sending me texts about the headlines and all the news and everything. I'm like, oh my goodness, wow.
I know, it's fun.
What I missed during the day.
Definitely.
So, that's really cool.
Yep.
Hardware. Yep. Gotta love it.
Hardware is fun.
It is.
Especially when it's new and shiny.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's the best. So, yeah. So I was learning a lot lately about the clipboard, and I have a clipboard tip for people. And I did not know this, and maybe this is common knowledge to some people, but on the MacPaw website, is it macpaw.com, you think?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Perhaps, yep. So somehow I ran into this. I was searching for things regarding the clipboard, and I ran into this tip to show the contents of the clipboard, because basically, you're copying something and just pasting it straight away. But what if you wanted to know what did I actually have on the clipboard? And so I didn't know that you could open Finder and you could go to the edit menu, you could select edit, and then you could go down and select clipboard. And then there is a window that opens and you'll see what you copied to the clipboard. You do have to interact with the text if you're using VoiceOver, VO shift down arrow to interact with the window to fully read it. You can use VO right or VO left arrows to navigate word by word, for instance, as you would normally do.
Yeah.
I don't know that you can do anything else with it right there. I didn't really see an opportunity to do anything with it, but at least you know what it was that you copied. Now, granted, it's just the last thing that you copied, but it's a really cool way to examine the contents of the clipboard. So I thought that was kind of a cool tip from the MacPaw website.
Yeah, definitely. Always useful information. They're always putting out good stuff.
Yeah, they are. And in that vein here, you know about a particular app that offers a lot of things, including a paste app, right?
Yeah, so there is a clipboard manager, is what they call all these clipboard apps. They're called clipboard managers. When you don't have a clipboard manager, you have the capability to be able to copy and paste, but you don't get much control over it, So if I was to copy some text or an image or anything like that, that would be the only thing that you would have. Then you'd have to go paste that. If you went and you copied something else, it would overwrite, the thing that you just previously copied. So when you use what they call a clipboard manager, for example, there's an app called Paste, which is a clipboard manager. It has all kinds of other features. So you can, for example, copy something and then we'll save it. And then you could come back when you go and copy something else. It won't make the previous thing disappear. It stores it in its little, database over on the side. And you can go back and access any of the things that you copied. And then you can use them later wherever you want to use those things later. So there's a few different kinds of clipboard managers out there. They all have a few different things and they all work a little bit differently. But at the end of the day, they just give you more power for copying and pasting and things like that. And if you want to save stuff, so like if you're going to copy 4 or 5 things in a row, you're not going to lose the previous thing. So that's mainly what they are. There's a bunch of them out there. You just kind of got to figure out what's going to be the thing that works for you and what it is you're looking for. So,
yeah, that's great. I love that because sometimes you do want to refer back to something that you'd previously copied. So so with that, is it the third party app here? You were referencing one of the shows previous to this, maybe the Setapp.
Oh
Could
yeah,
you talk more
Setapp.
about Setapp?
Yeah, sure. So Setapp is made by MacPaw, and they're the same company for those who know. They make CleanMyMac X, which is a utility that helps, do all the maintenance on your computer, keep it running optimal, make sure the hard drive's optimal and all that stuff. So that's CleanMyMac X. They also make a VPN program called Clear, which is also a really simple to use VPN program for the Mac. Now you can buy these apps separately. I think they have a bundle actually for the two of them, but you can definitely buy them standalone. But that same company also makes a program called Setapp. So SET app. And basically it is an app database or an app library. And they put their own apps in there, but then they have a ton of third-party developers that also put their apps in there. So there's all kinds of utilities and apps and every category, and you pay a flat monthly fee, and then you can use any of those apps in there. And there's a lot, like well over 200. So
wow,
you can really go in there and find all kinds of things. So it's a cool thing. And the utilities in there, you can find something to do anything you can imagine. That's great. So
that's awesome. So is this Paste and the Clipboard Manager, the Paste one, is that made by the Setapp people, the MacPaw people?
No, it's a third-party developer that just happens to be in Setapp.
Got it. Okay. That's great. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out.
Definitely.
That is terrific. Yeah, it sounds like a really good deal as long as I imagine if you stop paying the subscription, maybe do you lose access to those apps then?
You
probably?
do, unfortunately.
Okay. And it probably is a pretty reasonable subscription, I would think.
Yeah, I think it's like $10 a month for 1 year, $15 a month for 2 computers.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I like it because it's a great way to test apps. If you're unsure about the accessibility of an app, or maybe you want to try before you spend the money on purchasing and then it ends up not working. So you could put it on your computer, give it a whirl, see if it works for you. If it does, that's awesome. And if it doesn't, then you can just remove it and it doesn't cost you anything.
Oh, perfect example of why you'd want to do that. That's great.
Yeah.
Accessibility piece. You don't want to worry about, oh no, I paid for it, installed it, doesn't work. Now I'm out. So,
exactly. Definitely. So that's one of the cool things about it.
That's great. Awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's fun.
Very cool. So traveling down the tip trail here, I was thinking recently about a Safari or Chrome tip that I learned, and I was teaching a student who was doing a lot of research, and this person had a lot of tabs that they wanted to go to in, let's see, I think they were in Safari, and so, but they didn't know how to switch between the open tabs, and it was very handy because they wanted to cut and paste and do some things we were talking about just now and be more efficient. But traveling to the open tabs was a little tricky for them. So, and they're using VoiceOver. So I did not know this, but after a while, I discovered that it is Command 1 through 9 to switch between open tabs in Safari. And this also works in Chrome. And so it is really cool because it's just effortless. You don't have to go to the list of open tabs. There's some tab window, some thing that Apple told me about that wasn't easy to get to. I don't even remember what it was now, but this is really great because the only downside though is that VoiceOver sometimes doesn't read the title of the web page that you have landed to or shifted to. And so if you just remember, oh, I'm going to be working with 1, 2, 3 today, that kind of thing, just kind of remember which number and, traveling between them, that's an easy way to keep track. But like when I'm on my PC with JAWS, it will tell me like the open, website, what the title of the screen is. But anyway, this was just a real game changer for this person because they could just effortlessly switch between their open tabs. So these are open tabs. It's one window, one Safari session. I don't see the advantage of opening tabs in a new window because then you've got all these different windows and that was going to be more challenging to switch between. So as a person who is blind, I don't really benefit from having all the windows open, but I do want to switch between the tabs. So Command 1 through 9. So you can have 9 different tabs.
Then you're only dealing with one window. So
Exactly.
you can just move the one window around and all of the tabs you're working with or all of the windows are all within one Safari window.
Exactly. Yep. So it's very, very handy if you need access to those things as you're working on a project or doing a little research. So that was really cool. Love it.
Yeah. It sounds
Anytime
awesome.
we can
That's
get
a
a
great
nice
tip.
keyboard command. Yay.
Yeah. Keyboard commands. Woohoo. Go keyboard commands.
Exactly. Right. For sure. Yeah. So the next tip that I wanted to share with everyone, going to have us play a little demo, and it has to do with creating text that is a link. So when you want to click on text that says, go to this website, and it might say, find more information here, link. And it doesn't give you the whole huge long website. So we are going to play a short demo of me walking you through this, and then we'll be right back to talk about the advantages for doing it if we've ever done it before and why we would. Sometimes I want to create an email or a document that has a link in it, but I don't want the whole big long URL displayed. I know how to do this on my Windows computer, but I had no idea how to do it on the Mac until just recently. So I have a website open here, and this is, strangely enough,
3. Unmute, be heard.
Our Unmute website. The URL is easy enough to write down. It's unmute.show. But just for the sake of the purpose for demonstrating here, what we're going to do is we're going to
Skip to content.
Go out of this web content.
Out of link. Skip to content.
And we're going to go over to the toolbar.
Link. Skip to out of home. Unmute web toolbar.
And we're going to interact with the toolbar. Control Option Shift down arrow in my case.
In toolbar. New tab group menu. Go back. Go for page menu. Secure site certificate. https://unmute.show. Content selected. Smart search field showing us.
So there is the web address, and I got there by pressing VO right arrow. So now I'm going to do Command C to copy.
Copy.
All right. Now we're going to get out of Safari here because we don't need to be here anymore.
Finder. Desktop.
And we're going to go to the Mail app. Type a message to Marty.
Column 1, row 1. Subject. Chris Cook. Subject.
And here is how to embed a link in text.
Chris, edit text.
So now I'm in the email to Marty, and I'm going to write the following sentence. You can find out more information about our show here. So I wrote the word here, and I'm going to highlight that word and select it. When you are after a word, you can press Option Shift left arrow to select one word to the left.
Here, selected.
And there we have here is selected. So because here is selected, I can do this really cool thing with Command K.
Enter the internet address URL for this link.
And I'm going to paste it in with Command V.
Unmute.show.
And there it is. And I'm going to go to the right with Control Option right arrow until I get to OK.
Remove link. Cancel button. OK. Default
And
button.
I'm going to activate this with VO spacebar.
You can find out.
So now it says,
you can find out more information about our show. Link here.
Link here. Now, interestingly enough, if you press the equivalent of the right-click menu when you're on the word here, that is VO Shift M, you get cool choices like open link, copy link, share. But the really cool one is open with. When you get to the open with item and you press VO spacebar on that, you get the opportunity to open it in another browser in case you want to open it in, say, Chrome, which is not my default browser, Safari is. And so it would offer me the chance to open it in Chrome. And so that is the quick tip of how to make a piece of text clickable with a link. So I thought that was really cool how to do this little text piece that you can associate with a link. Have you ever done that before, Marty?
I have not. It's a cool new little tip.
Nice. Yeah. Because sometimes it just looks really unwieldy to have this big, huge, long URL. And sometimes if it's in the middle of an email, it takes up 2 lines and it just looks kind of goofy.
Yeah,
And
definitely. Way more information than you try to look at.
For sure. For sure. Yep, definitely. And what I really like about this is when you do land on one of these links, you can do that. As I mentioned in the demo, you can do the little right click menu and you can choose whether you want to open it in a different browser or not. How cool is that?
That's super awesome.
Yeah, because, some websites behave better in Chrome than Safari and vice versa. So,
But also, if you're doing research and you're reading through something and you don't want to lose your place or leave that page, by being able to click on the link and open it in a new window, that's super handy, because then you can look at the link and then come back to the window and keep on doing your research or reading whatever it was you're doing there.
Sure, definitely. That's really cool. So I really enjoyed having access to those tips in my workflow. And I've been having a lot of fun creating text links for people to click on. The thing I would say too is if you do that, you might want to have more than one word associated with the link, because some people listening to a screen reader might miss the word here link, but if you say more information link or something like that, there's more for you to hear associated with the link. So it might be easier for someone with no vision to pick up on the fact that, oh, I need to click on these words right here.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's pretty cool. Did you know, I know this is a Mac show, but it's Apple related. Did you know that there's no way to really accessibly do this on your phone? There should be, and we have some directions that you should be able to double tap and hold and create your link and all this sort of thing, but you really can't do that. So that's why you need a Mac, everyone.
There you go.
Create those.
Everyone go out and buy
things.
a Mac.
That's right. So you can make clickable text links.
Definitely.
Oh, awesome.
Now, someone's going to show up and be like, no, this is how you do it on an iPhone.
Oh, well, hey.
Bring it on. We'd love to hear how you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've been successful at that, be my guest. And where would they write to us, Marty?
They can get a hold of us at feedback@unmute.show.
That's right. Excellent. Excellent. Is there anything else that you wanted to be sure that we talked about today, Marty? We're kind of tip heavy and we have that little demo in there. Anything else you want to make sure that we know about?
Not that I can think of today. Just look for, all the new software updates that are going to be coming out and making sure they fix bugs and do all that good stuff. And hopefully things will work well moving forward. And we won't have too many more bugs that they add when they fix other things. And we'll just have a smooth experience. That'd be great. And M4s are coming out over the next coming months. So we'll see how everything goes.
That sounds great. We'll look forward to catching you next month on Mac Chat.
See ya.